Hello, if you want to build an e-commerce website for Indian customers through the nopCommerce, you require a payment plugins. Razorpay is good for the India. I can explain you a step by step how to build a payment plugin using Razorpay for the nopCommerce. Hi, this is Pankaj Dobaria. You are watching Pankaj Dobaria's Tech channel. If you want to show a more videos like an nopCommerce and .NET Core, please subscribe the channel. So let's move to the code. I can explain you everything about. So in the previous video, I explain about the shipping. Right? I can cover every topics by topics. So you can see the video list in my channel. You can see like how to build the plugins, then after shipping plugins. And now we are moving about the payment plugins. So I already built a plugin because I have just small changes on the development parts because I already sold a copy paste the codes. So instead of that, I can ready the plugins will be there. I can give you the step by steps how it builds. Firstly, let's check how it's working, and then I'll be moving it's for how to build in the code. So plugin is already installed. I already shown in the previous video like how to build and install the plugins will be there. The payment plugins is the Razorpay here is will be there. Configurations all is okay with that. Now we are moving to the front end checkout page. Add to cart. Go to the checkout. Continue. Here is the Razorpay selection. Continue. Here is the showing a message like it will be redirect to the uh, payment, and like once it is confirmed we can show a Razorpay pop-ups. Here we can show all the options like pay later, wallet, net banking, EMI, cards. Let's use the card as of now. This will be a test payment method, so I'm using test payment cards will be there, and the expiry and CVV. I'm using the name of the card if I want to save this card for the future, or if it is not, I'm doing a continue. Cards will be saved, payments will be processing. This will be a this will be a test account. That's why it's asking for the payments or failure if you want to test it. Let success for the production. The screens will be not visible. Only this will be visible. Payment is success, and now it will be automatically redirects to the thank you page of the payment. Now it will be showing on the click over here. I can see there was a payment status is paid. Payment method is Razorpay. If I go to the admin, orders will be there. I can see the payment is paid. If this orders is view, I can see over here as well. The payment method is Razorpay and payment is paid. So everything is all okay. The payments will be paid with the Razorpay. If you can show on the dashboard of the transaction, let me refresh this transaction page as well. This is the test account of mine that I'll use and connect with this store. Okay, so here is the two transactions will be there. Let's see the last transactions that we have made. So here is the last transactions we have made. The order number that we have passed is 2005 will be there. And here our last order is 2005 of the nopCommerce. So we send the details of these orders numbers over here so we can track easily like what was the orders number in the descriptions. So payment was successfully here is will be there and everything is working fine. Now I can explain about the code structures, how it will be working. So how to create a plugins? That's I will be also already shows in the previous video. You can show in the backlog of the videos. So the plugin structures is simply same for everything, every payments or any kind of the plugins will be there. Let's start with the configurations. Here is the admin area as I show you in the admins. If there is a payment methods will be there, you can show on these over here as a payment methods. Here is the list showing all the payments methods will be there. The project structures will be not showing, but it will be listed as I already showed you. And the controllers, views, and models will be there. And the inside that the payment Razorpay controllers that we are doing, the methods will be a configurations methods will be available. In the configurations methods, as I showed you previously, there will be a settings. The settings will be that the key that we are using from the Razorpay, that's what key and secrets will be there. Additional fees will be there available. Like if we want to do some additional fees, like once the Razorpay will be used, or this fee will be used based on the percentage or not. So these two settings will be there for our internal purpose, and these two settings will be called for the Razorpay payments. That settings will be saved based on the configurations. Like this will be a get methods of configurations to whatever the data will be saved. It will be coming over here. The data will be stored based on the multi-store setups as well. And these configurations methods to post the like data will be there and save in the settings files. This data will be saved to the settings, and store wise settings will be also after saving the data must need to be clear case and showing a message like the data will be saved successfully. This will be the common for every plugins. In each and every plugins we are making a configuration page, and this configuration page will be commonly used for in each and every plugins whatever you build. If there are any small configurations, if any one configurations will be there like an enable disables, something like that, every configuration, every plugins that's the configurations controllers will be available. So related this, the models will be created for the configuration space, and the view will be created under over here as a configuration. So this will be the comments. I will not waste your times in this explaining everything about the configurations. Now let's always talk about the plugin.jsons. Need to be very maintained about that, because it will be most important about the way in which groups it will be there, the friendly name, and here it is the supported version. Without supported version, the plugins will be not load. So this will be the important part of that. The plugin settings I already explained you about that. The next main part is the plugin processor that we are using. Okay, here once any of the plugins that we will be using, these methods will be in use. Okay, like every plugins that's outside of the folders, we are creating one of the methods like .cs page, and that will be inherited with the base plugin. If there is a widget plugins, we will be inherited with the widget plugins will be there. If there will be a shipment plugins, we are also inherited with the some shipments methods will be there. This is the payments plugins, so I will be inherited with iPayment methods will be available for that. So whatever the iPayment methods is required need to be also we need to be implemented over here. So I can explain you one by one everything's on this. This is the required fact that we are using that the settings that we need to use localize. We use for the resource string, the order calculations, the settings we are using helpers, and the context. The controller C2R, the controller methods will be there. We are just initializing all the methods whatever we have defined over here. These are the default method that we must have to implement it based on the part of this payment methods will be there. If we do not use any kind of the payment plugins, then we need to just return empty process without any exception, but we need to implementations is must required. Okay. So post payment asyncs not required. Post process payment is the required, like once the users will be confirmed when it will be redirect. So as I created in my custom page that it will be redirects on this page, there is nothing will be saved, but once the orders here we have getting the orders will be there, and on these post promise request the orders objects will be there, because at this point order will be placed. and after that we are processing for the payments. So on this point, the orders will be placed. So we receive the order ID, and this order ID we are processing for the payment. So we are just storing it on the generic attribute, and then after redirect to the checkout page. That's we are custom made on our side. Okay, the another method is like hide payment methods on the checkout case. It will be false, so it will be not hide, but if it is true, it will be hidden. We can show the condition based wise over here. This will be imported like if you can set a logics like this is only for using for Indian currencies like Indian payment methods is allowed. So here you can check that if the billing address country is for India, you can return as true. So it will be written as false, else it will be false. Okay, so if it is Indian, then it will be written as false. If it is not India, then it will be written true. So outside of the India, this payment method will be not visible. Okay, the second part is that you can consider about this part is like if the currency will be selected like an Indian rupees, then it will be visible. If it is currency not selected, the payment method will be not visible. So based on this, whatever the condition you need to be show and hide the payment method as well. The additional handling fees as well, that as I show you in the settings that we have using this payment method, that is additional fee and additional fee based on the percentage, and thus based on the settings we are just calculating the fees, like whatever the fees will be there. If you can over here, we will be passing the using percentage and additional fees will be there. So based on the order totals, if you use the percentage, it will be calculated based on the percentage based on the cart. And if it is a fixed price, it will be returning this fixed price over here and return to the process. The captures method, some payment methods is used for the like first authorize and then captures. So based on that, this method is used, but in the Razorpay it will be not used. For the refund, if we want to use the refund from the admin panel, but it is not implemented because Razorpay will be not allowed to refund from the Apple Pay. The void methods as well, the same as like if we our transaction is the void. Recurring payment, as you know about that, the nopCommerce will be providing some products that will be recurring we purchase like every day, every week, every month. So the payments will be also made will be recurring, and if the payment provider is allowed to recurring payment, then also it will be processed, otherwise not. If the recurring payments will be success, then we also need to sometimes cancel from the recurring payment from the my account side, so we can also cancel this from here. Can repost process payments will be there. This will be a retry payment. Sometimes this will be fail and we can just reprocess the payment. So this methods will be used for the reprocess payments will be available. The second one is validate payment forms will be there. If they, as of now, we are using the redirection payment method, but some of the payment method that provide like you can capture the payment details from your website and then after send back a token based on that we can press it. So first of all, we need to be validate a form, and then after it will be sending the information. This will be a payment info methods, like once the validations methods will be there, then after the payment informations will be showing as part of this form validations, and then it will be showing up. So these two methods will be using together. This will be a configuration payment URLs, configuration page URLs will be there as I show you in the list of the payment method. And here there is a configuration button, so it will be configuration button over here, as well as on the plugin list you can show the configuration page as well. There was a view components that will be called like as I show you in the checkout process. Okay, now let me run as well so I can also show you where this will be affected. And this will be a view components we are creating over here. And this view components just to this view component just to redirecting a page, and this page will be defined over here payment info, and just I have writing a text, it will be redirected to the payment methods. So this will be a view component used. The install and uninstall methods will be commonly used for that. That's we can just install the methods. Uninstall methods will be the same as all the plugins will be. And the payment method descriptions will be there. Like once the payment method descriptions, it will be localized, and we have set that once we have to going over here, let me again add to cart so I can show you how that will be a working process. So here it is, this will be a name and this will be a plugin like payment method descriptions will be showing over here. That will be coming from here to showing the descriptions over here. There are some properties that will be predefined will be there like a support captures as of now not false. So if you can show over here as a payment method, okay, so here a capture support captures is a false because here in with it written a false will be there. Support partial refunds is also false, so here it is partial refund was also false. Support refund is also false, so support refund is also false, and support void is false, so support void is also false. So same as if you can see the manual and card orders will be there, all providers will be not supported, and recurring payment is also not supported over here. Okay, so here we can say that the what type of payment methods will be supported, not or not supported will be there for the recurring payments. Here you can see that not supported will be there, and there was a types like how the supports will be there, manual or automated recurring payments will be there. The second one is the payment method is required, like which type of payments methods will be there. There is a standard, redirection, and the buttons types of the plugin. Standard, that means on the page we can try to get the payment like card numbers and details we are using. The redirection, as I show you, that will be redirect to the page and get the transactions and then direct back to our page. The buttons will be showing just clicking a button and it will be showing will be there. This will be a skip payment infos will be there. It will be false as of now, so it will be show. But if it is just true, then it will be must able how to skip. Like that means once we have this page and we are continue over here, this page will be visible. If no need to be showing this page, it will be a true. Then this page will be hidden. Okay, let's try on that. I have the true. Build the plugin. Yes. Okay. Let's build the plugins. Meanwhile, I'll be explaining some other part as well. So the first part over here, once here we have main just redirection to our payment providers checkouts page over here. So this will be the payments will be using some JavaScript codes will be there. That's why we can creating our controller and our action method to redirect that. Some of the payment method just initializing the payment over here and they are returning back and redirection URL that's need to be just passed over here. So it will be measure not affected will be there. First of all, here you need to be just initialize the payment. Then once initialize the payment, it will be, go back to our process and it will return the URL, and this need to be URL returns. You need to set it over here, so it will be redirecting the there. Okay, so let's check about this controller that we are preparing over here. Okay, this is the main controllers that will be a payment process will be there. The checkout methods that over here, that's we are defining the checkout methods of here. First of all, we get the customer stores and the order ID. From where we can get the order ID? From here, once the order is processed, we saved the Razorpay payment order IDs will be there. So here the order IDs will be there. Here we can again retrieve the order ID from the generic attribute that we have saved. Okay, if the order ID is not matched, we will just redirect to the home page. Based on the order ID, we get the orders numbers will be there. If no orders is not null, it will be again like orders will be null. Order status will be as already paid. Then we can also redirect to that page as well. We are just getting the settings of the Razorpay, and based on the settings, we just create a Razorpay clients as well. Based on the key and secret, that's key and secrets you can get it from the Razorpay accounts from the test or from the production. Based on that, the keys will be available. Okay, then after the options, the dictionaries will be created. That's we are passing the amounts and the orders numbers and everything to the Razorpay. Like this one, the dictionary will be created as an options. Like amounts, that will be currency, and the custom order number as an receptions we are creating. This will be creating a Razorpay orders, like just to create a Razorpay inside the orders will be created, and it will be returning us a Razorpay ID. And that's we are using our library. You can see over here. You can see Razorpay packages that I will be added. So Razorpay creates his own order from their side and returning us an IDs will be there. Then after we get the billing address based on the order ID and prepare a models. That's what need to be passed for the Razorpay. That key is required. The Razorpay ID is that we are creating an orders from here. It will be Razorpay IDs over here. The amount, whatever the amounts will be there. The most important part in the amounts will be there in the paisa. That means that whatever the orders totals we have, we need to just into hundreds will be there. So this Razorpay is always accepting in paisa and not in rupees. So it's need to be into 100 that's need to be passed. So automatically the conversion will be there. The payments will be in the rupees. The currency they accepted in the rupees and the descriptions that I show you already in that. The email, phone numbers, the names, the store names will be a passed. Email of that from the billing address we can pass the address will be there. If the billing address no emails will be there, the customer emails that's we need to be passed. The contact is coming from the phone numbers of the billing address. The callback URL, like once the payment is success, we need to be redirect somewhere else to the payments that notify the payment is success or not success. Okay, so based on that, the redirection URL that we have passed over here. If you can see in the infrastructures, I have set the routing providers as well. So there will be a checkout routing providers will be there, and another one is the success callback URL that will be coming from the Razorpay and success payment methods over here. So the URLs will be prepared and it will be set it over here. Okay, and all these will be passed to the order XML value and orders will be there and orders will be updated. So this will be just preparing all these part of that and just saving the order custom values and just we need to prepare with this order ID as well. And this orders will be updated. Then it will be returned to the view. So all the models, all the data will be prepared. The Razorpay will be orders will be created, and this will be preparing from the orders, and models will be prepared how to it. Once the models will be prepared, it will be redirected to the view page. So let's see the view page. What was it? The checkout view page is over here. You can see there will be a showing the message. Please wait while we are redirecting to the payment gateways. Okay. So payment gateways that will be a JavaScript that will be opening a pop-up. In the pop-ups that will be opening through these JS. Okay, and these JS we need to be passed in preparing an options. That's all options we are preparing as a models over here. That will be because of we need to be passed to the view, and the view needs to be passed to the creating an options on the JavaScript, and JavaScripts will be used this checkout.js will be from the Razorpay. So all options will be over here. We need to see over here. See that's the key will be passed amount, currencies, currency, names, descriptions. As you can see, there will be a name and descriptions will be encoded will be there. It will be not other places will be there. The orders numbers there that will be coming from the Razorpay order ID, and the headers we are passing the payment ID, order ID, signatures and forms will be available. The profiles that we are passing the name, email, and context, and the color schemes. And based on that, the payment failed and payment failed alert will be there, and the Razorpay opens will be there. So it will be here. It will be just an open uh, a, a dialogues. That's once the payment method, so you can see the openings will be there, and on that will be a payments methods that we are using software. So it will be automatically opens the page will be loaded because here we have just on the page load you can see the options there is nothing so will be on the will be there, so it will be directly opens on the Razorpay new accounts will be there and Razorpay will be automatically opens in the page load. So once the payment is done, it will be redirecting based on this URL. The URL is already set it over here the success and it will be payment over here. So this forms hit the Razorpay will be returning back to us. Okay. So what was they returning back to us? The payment status ID, order ID that we are sending to him, and the signatures will be there. The stores we have getting the settings that we are receiving from the stores wise the settings will be there. The settings will be available. Okay. So this will be the attribute dictionaries that we are showing us here, and just verify the payments based on the attribute that we are using of that. So if you can see that utilities will be there, we are just verifying this utility based on the payment Razorpay API that we are receiving this. Uh, we are receiving this based on the attributes of that. Then after we are getting the customer based on the current customers, whatever we have, that will be after redirection. And the again we are getting the attribute from the Razorpay ID from that we have already saved at the time of payment process. Then based on that, it will be getting the order ID and we receive the orders as well. From the address, that will be an custom value XML that we have saved this value over here. See, over here that custom XML value will be saved and that will be a Razorpay ID that will be created initially. The ID it will be returning from the forms over here, and we are just verifying the orders. It will be exactly the same as that we received from the Razorpay. This order ID is that we received from the Razorpay, so we can just make sure that the payment is confirming from that particular orders that we have seen. Okay, so this will be orders will be matched. We can just mark as order paid, and we can check the orders can be a mark as paid or not. If it can be, it will be a mark as paid as well. Then after we are removing the Razorpay ID that we have saved for the customer, and we will redirect to the complete process of the checkout page that orders will be successfully completed. So basically, here we have two methods that we need to be just in process will be there. Once we have a redirection payment method, the post process payment method that you need to be implemented for the redirection. Okay, and this will be that we are just writing a code because the redirection methods that we are creating from our side. That's why these methods will be returning from our side. Otherwise, these methods will not required because if some of the payment method we already provided the redirection method and we don't need to be create over here. So here once we have to creating a redirection method, it will be providing a callback, so this must be required. Like some of the methods will be always redirection a payment method or a callbacks that where it will be redirected. Okay, some of the payment method is required to set a redirection method from their account, and some of the payment method is allowed to, like once the payment will be initialized, we will be set it over here. As of now, this payment method is allowed to set a redirection method at the time of orders will be creation. But some of the method there will be a static methods that always will be set. So we can just create these methods and just pass to the configurations of the payment provider and it will be written back over here. So on basis of top, like every payment method, the callbacks will be required. The parameters will be different. Some of the passing of the form collection, some passing of the JSONs or difference will be there. That will be you need to be find from the documentations how they will be passed, like providing us return back a data once the order is paid or failed. The notifications you can say, and based on that, the further process you can check over here. Like the orders will be paid or failed, and based on that order paid or failed, you can set the status mark as paid. So this is all about the payment plugin. It's very simple. I will also attach this code on my Git repository and attach the links on the video. So you can download anytime this code, and this will be useful for your checkpoint as well. So Razorpay is used mostly on Indian customers in e-commerce markets. Whatever you are building up the e-commerce website in the nopCommerce, this Razorpay plugins is very helpful to use the receiving the payments from any of the customers. So this is all about the payment plugin. Whatever I show you for the payment plugins, that will be more enough to creating any kind of payment plugins. There will be some different in the code structures, like as I show you on the amounts that we are sending. That will be in the rupees. So we are just multiplying by 100, and that it will be sending to the payment provider. So you need to be just check based on the documentations, whatever the payment plugins that you will be creating. Based on the documentations, there will be a methods that will be providing a redirection that you need to be just process on the same methods, and return callbacks will be there. So this is all about that. If you like the video, you can just comments on that. If you want to show like what was the next video you need to be showing, just send a message or send a comments. I will be prepare a video for you. That's how to build any kind of plugins, whatever will be there. Uh, or any kind of helps in the nopCommerce in the .NET, you can also post a comments. Uh, Subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.